Good morning, everyone. It's Charlene, one half of the Witchy Stitchers. It is about 6:45-ish on Tuesday morning, the 10th of September, 2024, and I am coming to you with video number 134. Decided to get everything done early this morning. I will explain why as we go through the video, but I'm coming to you for a weekly update. And I already have itchy nose, so I apologize already. Lots to go over with, so I'll try not to languish too long. I will start out with my progress so far, and I apologize, I forgot my ornament. It's in the living room, but it's coming along. It's getting full of thread, so good times. I haven't had a chance to step into Joann's yet to see what the new ones are going to be for this year, so kind of anxious. I saw last year they had the little jar ones. They look like the little mason jars. Might do that one next year. We'll see. Anyway, my progress so much. I am at 3,811 stitches for the month, and for the year I am at 87,405. I know that I am considerably further behind than last year at this time. I believe, I'd have to go back through my journal, but I believe that I was over 100,000 by August last year. I think. Maybe not. I think I was. I can't remember. I've slept since then. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so we stepped into, so here in Colorado, or at least here on the Front Range, they have Goodwills, but they also have what they call ARCs. And I've never seen them in any other state, so I think they're just here in Colorado, but don't quote me on that. But we stepped in looking for a couple other things that we needed. Look at the Goodwill first because, guys. And couldn't find what we needed, but I did find some awesome stuff. I have to show you guys this though. So Morgan used this in her dorm when she had a community shower, and she used it to carry her stuff to and from the bathroom. She would, to the shower room. She would just put a towel in and then put like her shampoo and basically her toiletries. And it worked out perfect for her. Well, Dalton didn't want it to take to college this year. He was like, I don't need that. I'll carry my stuff, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, and it's a cute little basket. I'm like, and it's perfect to put my stuff in for my videos so I keep track of it, keep all my projects together, and then I can just go in and grab it, set it down, ready to do my video. So those of you who are like me and very OCD and very structurally organized, you get it. So anyway, so back to the Goodwill or ARC. So they were pretty picked over. They didn't have any thread, like sewing thread. That's what I usually like to get, because you can get the big sandwich bag sacks for like $3. And sometimes it's an older thread, you have to throw it away, but I like to keep the wooden spools. But they didn't have any thread. Had a lot of crochet thread this time, but or yarn, but I crochet pot holders and that's it. So, but I found, and all of this, the only thing that we got that wasn't on sale was a pot, like a cooking pot. That was the only thing that wasn't on sale, so I thought I did really well. So I got some 14 count, and these are still in the packages, so these are basically new pieces. I haven't opened this one up. I think this is 18 count, but it looks like a decent sized little piece. And then this is brand new in the package, 18 count, and some hoops. I was so happy. So I'm a hoop stitcher, so always have been. I grew up stitching on the old-time metal hoops that had the springs on the top that if you left them on your fabric too long, it would eventually rust your fabric. Yeah, learned that the hard way with some tea towels I was making one time. Not good. And the other thing that I have to show I got in my Floss Frenzy from the Fat Quarter Shop for August, so if you haven't got it yet. So this was this month's colors. I haven't even opened the bag yet, but you can see all the loveliness. So I'm building up my stash, and the ones that I have duplicates of, which I think Morgan explained in her video last week, or whenever she did, I can't remember now. If I've got duplicates, I send her the other one that I have, so she's building her stash too. So I want to finish getting all of the weeks, so she will have part of a set at least. And then I think, because I've got a pretty nice selection of Gast, I think I'm going to start with Classic Colorworks. I think, because my stash of it is very, very small. I literally just buy those for projects that I'm working on. I haven't started a stash of those. So someday, right? We talked about that last week. Just code for never. I've only watched 3 Flosstubers this week. I haven't made time since well, I shouldn't say that. I have only watched 3 different Flosstubers since my last video. I haven't made time to set and do a whole lot of stitching other than just my 100-day challenge. So I haven't really watched any on the computer. And when I'm doing my 30 minutes of stitching, I don't have anything on because I don't want to be distracted. So I will list the 3 that I've watched down below so you guys can go check them out because they're really awesome. Okay, so what I have worked on this week, I've touched 2, 4, 6, 7 projects since I came to you. When did I come to you last? Let's look at the notes, shall we? On the 5th. So it's basically been 5 days since I've come to irritate you. Let's see if we can do this in order. So what I worked on after I did my video last week, I am doing a 100-day challenge to myself for those of you who are new to our channel. And so every day I have 100 whips, so every day I spin on the wheel what I'm going to work on for that day. I have not spun yet for today, so I don't know what I'm going to work on. So the 5th, after I saw you, I worked on Dragonfly Clock, and Morgan got me this in the hard copy, and then after we realized the incredible benefits of Pattern Keeper, I was able to go and buy it online, buy the pattern. So now I have both a hard copy and on Pattern Keeper. And I started this project for Preston. I didn't grab my start date of stuff, but I started this because whatever anniversary it was, I want to say 31st. The clock was wasn't our 30th. It was had to have been our 31st. Anyway, the clock is the gift or whatever symbolizes that year or whatever. So anyway, I got that to make for him, besides the fact that I love dragonflies. So this is where I got to. And I came over quite a ways, and I think I only worked on like 2 or 3 threads because I just basically picked up the thread and went. Oh goodness, it's gonna start early, guys. Wake up, be awesome, repeat. One of my favorite coffee cups. So this one probably won't come back out again this year. I don't anticipate it coming back out. I do enjoy the stitch though. And I'm doing this one on, pretty sure this is on 18 count. Just a piece of cream 18 count. I think I got it at Michael's. So, and I put 101 stitches into that one. So apparently I'm popular first thing this morning. All right, next up was, I call it red because I cannot say the the name of it. You know what? Actually, we're going to come back to that one because I need to pull up the picture. I have this one's picture right here. So let's do it first. So on the 7th, I pulled or spun my Quaker Flag. And I'll show you a picture. Oh, no, I won't. There you go. This is on Etsy. I think it's the Vivsters. That's what I heard her referred to. Words are difficult. Anyway, and I changed up the colors a little bit. I ended up using, I took this all apart yesterday because I took it to the sewing machine and hemmed it. So it calls for, I think $9.39 for the ones in between, the lines in between the blocks. And, oh, I wish this would just, oh, there we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. So the lines in between the blocks, I'm pretty sure it calls for $9.39. And I ended up going with 803 for my blue. And I felt like the $9.39, it was too close. Oh shoot, I'm sorry guys. So I ended up going with 310. And then I just did B5200 for my white. And then I decided that I'm going to use Buckeye Scarlet for my reds. So changed it up a little bit. So this is a big piece of 14 count. I don't know, some people call it fiddler's cloth. I call it oatmeal. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I filled in some more blue, started some white, and then worked on the black and started over here on this next one. And on this one I did 147. And I have this one in Pattern Keeper, so I'm able to work on this one a little bit easier. I really like this pattern. This one, this fabric is, it's hard, it's crunchy. I need to finish getting it broken in because it's grouchy. But hey. All right, I'm going to pull this one up so I can show you. Give me just 2 seconds here. I'm going to pause you for just a moment. Sorry about that. I wanted to find that and not leave you guys hanging. So I appreciate the pause of you waiting for me. So I called this one red. This was a freebie on, Morgan's going to scream at me when she hears me say this. Historistikmusta? Maybe? It was a freebie in, it was in 22. I think it was in 22. Anyway, I call it red because it's blowing out again. Oh, there we go. Haha, there we go. And it's like little Christmas baubles and whatnot, a Christmas piece. And they released it at the end of the year in, sorry guys, 4 parts. And throughout December. And so what they did, see if I can do this without revealing too much. So yeah, so they released it in 4 different parts. And we started it at the end of the year, and I had very minimal stitches in it. So I picked it up for my spin on my wheel, and I put in 124 stitches. And this is the color palette. Real simple reds, pinks. And it calls for, it calls for the Aversois. I think they're silks. Don't quote me. But we just decided to do it in the EMC. Morgan started it with me. And I'm not sure if she's still working on hers or not. I don't know if she said. So anyway, this is where I'm at. I had only put in a little bit of the red up here, and so I came back when I worked on this the other day, and I put in some more of this. I think it's 758, and then I came down and put in some more of the red down here. And this is just a piece of, I think it's 14 count. Yeah, 14 count. I don't remember which one of us done this one. I think Morgan actually did both of them. She did hers and mine, and I think hers is a little bit lighter. I can't remember. Anyway, they're very, very similar in colors, but the reds do show up on it, so it worked out good. Okay, so next up is that I worked on in my spinny wheel. This was on the 8th, and this is A Good Marriage by Lizzy Kate, and I'm using all the called for colors. I actually saw this one on Instagram that somebody else had done. She'd completely changed up the colors. She had more like purples and greens and blues. It was really, really pretty. She did a really great job. Morgan said that she had done this one for me, and again, I don't remember if it was a sink dye or if this one was a jar dye, but I love the way the blues came and spider webbed out. So when I picked it up to start working on it, I had only worked on like that much. No. Anyway, I know for sure I had this little bit done. So I put in 107 stitches on this one, and I basically worked on this line right here, and then I was 3 stitches short of 100. So I picked up this because I had one row, this last band right here that I needed to stitch. So I picked it up and finished it off to finish my stitch count. This is one that I would love to get done for Preston for Christmas or birthday or something. And the thing of it is about the Lizzy Kates, especially these ones with the words, they're not difficult. I have this one and I have dog lessons going on. They need to be done, but they're not. And I have 0 excuses. Okay, another cup of coffee. Since they changed where Preston's working out of, because they're doing construction in the yard where he was at, they're building a new shop, he has to leave earlier to go to work, so we have to be up at 3:30. Which is fine. I mean, I don't mind mornings at all. In fact, I'm a morning person, so it works out better. But by, noon, I'm like, okay, it's time for a nap. Anyway, be thankful he has a good job. That's the way you have to look at it. All right, the one that I pulled yesterday is called Spice Bouquet, and this is upside down, so all my threads will fall out. So I actually found this one on eBay almost 10 years ago. And the pattern is from, or the kit is from 2012. So it's older. And what I did, I'm not a real big fan of these cards. So it's all DMC thread anyway. So I just bobbinated everything so it'd be easier. And then after I'm done with the kit, then I can just put it into my stash and call it good. I hadn't worked on this one since I started, and I started it, I think this was it was either a 20 or a 22 start, and now that I'm thinking, I think it was a 20 start. I forgot to grab my sheet. It's over there on the other side of the table. And if I get up, the dogs are going to want out, and it's just going to be a thing, so yeah. Anyway, so what I had completed was the majority of this red. So yesterday when I picked it up, I put in 135 stitches. So there's some lighter red you can see throughout. You can really see it right in there. This long stem, and then I picked up this yellow because this is that first petal, and I did quite a bit of stitches in there. So it only got 2 different colors. This one probably won't come back out again either this year. But it's not a difficult stitch. I mean, it wouldn't make a good 30-minute, I don't think, because there's a lot of quarter stitches and a lot of, yeah, would make a better evening stitch. I wouldn't even say it'd be a good football stitch because, again, you do have the jumping around. All right, so as I explained to you guys last video, I broke this up into 12 chunks, and this is my Thatch Cottage, and this is out of 97's Needlecrafts Cross Stitch Collection, European magazine, UK, I believe. And last night I finished up my monthly challenge to myself. So unless this one gets spun, this one won't come back out again until October. And so this is where I got to. Oh, that's so pretty. So this is basically the edge of September's challenge, or September's. So what it ends up breaking up to is into approximately 12 rows. So 12 rows across, and then the full length of the pattern. So this is where I am now. So like I said, this won't come out again until October unless it gets spun. And then if I do spin it for the 100-day thing, I'll probably just work down in here, and so I'm working my way up on October's chunk. So yeah, I'm loving these colors. I'm trying not to do this, which obviously I did. I'm trying to carry my threads, but this was literally the edge of the tree. I think there's like 3 or 4 more stitches over here of one color that I ran out of that I was working on, because I don't want the lines. But this whole chunk right here, you can see where it comes up here. This whole chunk right here is part of the chimney. So I'm going to have very, very few colors to work with in October. But I'm anxious to get it done. I'm really glad that I put it in for a 12-month challenge, because I don't think I would have worked on it otherwise. I really don't. Okay, last thing that I worked on, and this is terrible to say, so you 30-minute stitchers, don't scream at me too loud through the computer. I'm getting bored with this is my 30-minute a day piece. I don't know why. This is my Liberty Quaker. And so I have this gray, this blue, this red, and then linen is the white. And then of course this, I can't remember what color this is, but this gold color. Those are the only colors I have to work on in this. And I'm getting bored. I know. So I don't know if I'm going to continue this as my 30 days or not. It's super cute and I really want it done, but I'm getting bored. And when I get bored with stuff, I don't want to work on it, and then I don't enjoy it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm pondering if I want to stay the course, or if I want to put this up for a little bit and bring out something new. I have this on my Goodwill board for a finish this year. That was one of the reasons why I was doing this, is the 30 days. But I'm bored. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I've only had it on my 30 days for almost 3 weeks. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm pondering. I did get the border all the way around since I've seen you. I finished bringing the red all the way around, of course the white's around. And again, I almost have this page done. I was hoping I'd get it done yesterday, but I still have a little bit of red down here. Of course, the red in the flag. Oh, there's something else. Oh, and then I have, I think I want to say it's the R. I can't remember. I've got another little bit of white stitching down here. Linen is the color. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess if it's not in the rotation next week when I come to you with my video, you know that I came up with another plan. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. All right, so last thing that I want to show you guys. Well, I guess I better talk to you about my plans. So I want to do the continue my 100-day challenge, which today will be day 18, and then I want to continue my 30 minutes a day. I just don't know what I'm going to continue it as. I don't know. I'm pondering. The big thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and I would love your input, love your thoughts on this. I have decided that I'm going to start making project bags. I personally prefer the bags that, and of course I put mine up that I had in here, Murphy's Law, that zip across the top. So instead of zipping on the side like these, they zip on the top. I prefer those because a lot of my patterns, I have either books or, you know, like the big printouts, because I take and make a working copy. And I like the top so I can put it down in there and I don't bend stuff and have to, you know, crumple stuff as much as I do with these. That's my opinion. But a lot of people I see, they prefer these kind of bags. To each their own. As long as it's a bag to protect your stuff, who cares, you know? So Morgan and I were talking yesterday, and we have come up with a plan. So you guys know that she does scissor fobs or zipper pulls, and she makes beautiful ones, and she's got a great selection of beads and the little charms and stuff that she does. So she's going to make the fobs, or, and again, I call them fobs because they also work well to take off and use on your scissors, like your little sewing scissors, not your big ones, but your little ones. So what we came up with the plan is that if you want a fob with a bag, then there'll be an extra charge. But if you just want the bag, then you can place an order with me, and I'm going to put them on my Etsy shop that I already have for my novels. And I'll put that link below too. I don't have any bags or anything in there yet. These were just, because I've never made this particular pattern before, you know, exactly like this. So these were just some trials, and I actually made these up for Sis because she was in need of some project bags. But I need to buy some more lining, and I'll explain. So I made same pattern, 3 different bags yesterday. So this is the first one. This has no extra lining. This is just the bag. And then it has, you know, the cloth lining, the pretty red that matches the cherries. There is no extra lining in this, no interfacing or anything like that. It's just fabric. So, and no seam showing. So just the inside lining, and then of course the outside, and then the back here. So I made that one. I prefer this one the best because I like to be able to put a lot of stuff in my bag. That's why I like the ones that zip on the top. Again, my preference. So there was that one. I do have more of the cherry fabric. Not a lot, but I do have more of it. This one is made out of, it's 987, I think it's Pelton. Anyway, it's the lining, a leftover chunk of lining that I use when I make my purses. And I like this one too. And this one, so Snoopy on the front and the back. This is leftover from a quilt that I made for Dalton. And then the lining, again, no seams, is just pretty hearts. And I really like this one too. It's not too heavy, it's not real bulky, but it is a little bit more sturdy. The last one I made, and I know that a lot of people say that they like these, and again, to each their own. I'm not judging, I'm just showing you what I came up with yesterday because I would really like your feedback. This one is a piece of lightweight quilt batting, and I mean, you can see it's much stiffer, much more formed than the other two. I tried putting the exact same stuff in all 3 bags. First one, the cherry one, great. Snoopy couldn't get one of the journals in. This one I could not get the threads in, the box of threads. So if I use the thicker batting, it's great. You're just not going to get as much in it because it is thicker. They're all the exact same size. They all finish out at about 11 by 13, give or take. They're all the exact same, but by having the extra thick interfacing, it makes it, you have less room without, of course, stressing your zipper. So this one, and I do not have any more of this fabric. This was actually left over from a shirt that I made my dad. That's the reason that Morgan's getting it, because I know she'll appreciate it. And then just a real simple shiny black broadcloth to match the skulls, and then a pretty red on the top. So these were the 3 that I made yesterday. And then I made this one quite a while ago. It's got the vinyl front, and this one I quilted that chunk there. Oh, and then it's got a handle on it. And then of course I used the coordinating prints to match the flowers. I have this pattern too, and I have this in, I want to say 3 different sizes. I think this is the biggest one. And you can see there's a pretty good difference because the bag on this one, I mean, obviously it comes down to the bottom. So you've got an extra, what, 1.5 inches, 2 inches down there at the bottom of room. And then again, you have the vinyl face, the clear vinyl, so you can see through it, which I know that a lot of people prefer that, so they can, visually see what their project is instead of, people like me, I just memorize my bags. And I don't always coordinate my bags to my project. I just remember what I put in where. And then, of course, I've got the ones that just zip across the top, nothing fancy. And they're like this one. They don't have any interfacing in them. They're just a bag with the lining. So anyway, but I'm going to start selling those, but I would love your feedback. And again, none of these are for sale that I'm showing you. These 3 are for Sis, and then the blue one, the vinyl one, is mine because that was my experimental bag, and I'm not happy with the way I did the binding. I need to do better on the binding. So I've made a couple of those just to experiment. I think she actually has one. I think hers has cats on it. I think. I can't remember. Anyway, so let me know what you think about those, if that's something that you guys might be interested in. I need to pick up some more of the thin interfacing. because I just had basically a chunk enough to do this one. And I need to get into Joann's and get that done. So I'm hoping I can do that on Friday. All right, I have kept you guys for half an hour. I think that's all the news I had. Next week is what is next week? The 17th. I should be able to come back. I don't foresee anything pending or anything coming up that I shouldn't be able to come to you guys with an update. I don't know when Morgan will be doing her next video. She said that she had some stuff going on. She's really busy with work and whatnot. But she said she was going to try and get to you guys sooner than later. So whatever, you'll see her when you see her, and then hopefully you'll see me next Tuesday. So that all said, I will wish you guys a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. And please leave me feedback about the bags and let me know what you think and if it's something that you would entertain being interested in. And until then, I'll talk to you next week. Have a great day, guys. And remember, be kind. Bye.